All right, I'm back down at Composition ID in Washington, D.C. to do the Dexa scan, and we're back with Mitch, and he's going to run over my numbers and show us what happens when you go out and you hike the Pacific Crest Trail for 6 months and what it does to your body. And I'll let you go ahead, Mitch.
Yeah, so it looked like Matt was able to drop about 40.5 pounds total.
40 and a half from where I started. So I was like 107 when I started?
So this is from your previous scan. So this is just dating back. From where you started, you're down 13.2 pounds. But from your first scan, yep, you were 207. Today, you're 166.7.
Right.
All right. You dropped 31.6 of those pounds from body fat and 8.5 from your lean mass. So that's a pretty good ratio to have.
Well, I know I lost my biceps because you don't use them at all.
Okay.
So my biceps are totally trash. My triceps are still there, but you just don't do any curling with anything to keep your bicep muscle. And so the body's like, oh, you're not using that? We'll eat that.
But yeah, so I mean, this is a good ratio to see, that not all of your lean mass was eaten up. I mean, you're still above where you came in initially. So 126 was where you came in. You're at 129, total lean pounds. So that's good to see. Your lean mass is staying fairly consistent in relation to how much your total weight has fluctuated, over the course of the years you've been coming here. So that's good to see. The overall percentage changes now, right? We're looking at an 11.7 total percent change. So you're at the leanest you've ever been at 18.2. All right, that's total body fat percentage.
Wow.
I
don't think I qualify as obese anymore.
This is definitely a lean, healthy body fat percent to be in right there.
Yeah, because like I was in that 20-something. Above 24, I think I'm still listed as, by the government standard, I'm listed at, not obese, but the step just below obese, which, I forget how they term it exactly, but it's supposed to be not healthy based on the government. So 18%, that's,
18% total body, so the arms here are down to 21.1. All right, so you dropped 6.7 there. The legs are down to 20.3. All right, about a 5% drop there. And then the trunk, so trunk is anything that's not the arms, legs, or head.
Right.
All right, that's going to be 16 now. So you dropped 18.6 there. And then the android is just sectioning the lower abdominal region out of the trunk. All right, so this is just a specific area from the top of the waist up about 3 vertebrae and just surrounding that lower abdominal. So that's where the most significant change happened, and that's the best place to lose
get that
body
fat
fat
out.
percent, right? Because that's where visceral can be developing, and that's also a very sensitive place to store body fat in general. So it's great to see that was the biggest impact that you had in terms of your visceral, or in terms of body fat changed.
Right.
And then the gynoids, that's around the hip and glutes, that's down 8.3 as well.
Cool.
All right, so some big changes there. Your lean mass, like you said, it looked like the arms came down a little bit overall, so 7.5, 7.3. All right, 8.2 and 7.8 last time. The legs are down a little bit as well, 20.6, 21.2, and then the trunk, 31.6 here on the right side and 34.5 on the left side. So it looks like your left side came up a little bit, and the right side came down, which is interesting to see. That seems to be your more natural distribution, having that 2 pounds on the left, 1.5, coming back to around, almost 3 pounds now on the left side. Typically if you're doing a lot of right hand motion, you're going to build up that left side a little more. So I don't know if you're doing a lot of things with that right arm while you're hiking or carrying or using that as your dominant side.
Well, the trail leans to the right. So, as you're hiking, you tend to be, the downhill side of the trail tends to be to the right. So I don't know if that plays a part just because the left foot's up higher, whether the right side's got to work more, but it causes a lot of people have problems in their right foot because it gets used so much more. Yeah, so I'm not sure if that.
I mean, yeah, typically if you're using the right arm or the right leg, the left side in the trunk is what's going to be compensating.
Yeah,
for that
that's
movement.
where you're going to be. Your core is going to be worked.
That could be some of that.
Yeah,
which is interesting.
Yeah, because it's like 80% of every step you take is a little lower on the right than it is on the left.
So that's your lean mass changes. Your bone density dropped about 4.3%, which is going to be a significant change, but you did, you significantly changed your body composition and overall total weight.
Where is that at?
So that total percent changes right here.
Oh, okay, 4.3.
Right. So you were sitting around 1.255. Today you're at 1.201.
Okay.
You're still within where your healthy bone density is going to be, right? This blue channel is that +1 and -1 standard deviation. So you're still there. You're actually, right on target on what you're typically seeing. So that's always good to see, even with a drop, right? So with 40 pounds less that your skeleton's carrying, it's not out of the ordinary to see bone density come down as well.
Because it doesn't have to do as much.
Right. There's just less there to carry. So that's something that you can see. And now that you if you're maintaining this weight and you start to put on a little bit more lean mass, you'll probably see it come back up a little bit.
Yeah, well, that's the next thing is I got to get back to working out and start building muscle, especially in the upper body.
The visceral body fat for you is 1.3. Let me check what your last one was. So last time you were at 3 pounds of visceral body fat. 3.2. So you dropped that significantly.
Where is that on here?
That's right here. So you're down to 0.3.
Oh, down to 0.3, and before it
awesome.
was 3 pounds.
You were above 3 pounds of visceral body fat.
So that's all the fat that's inside the gut.
Yep. So that's measuring,
which is the stuff you don't want, that fat surrounding your organs.
Yep. So that's going to be the android region, right? That's where you lost the most significant body fat percent, and a 3 pound drop of visceral is awesome. That's definitely improving cardiovascular health and just overall body weight distribution.
Right. Gotcha.
So that's great.
Cool.
The AG ratio is going to be on this next page, which I'll show you here. So that A to G ratio is the android, right, which is that lower abdominal against the gynoid. The healthy distribution to have for men is under 1, all right? And that's just going to show that you're carrying weight now lower on the body rather than higher. Since you're able to drop your visceral and android percent significantly here, now your A to G ratio is 0.7 when you were around 1.2, 1.3 prior, right? So the distribution of your body weight starting to be lower rather than higher, and that's shown to signify improvements in cardiovascular health.
Cool.
So that's also a really great plus. You can see here, this is kind of a trend of those percentages over time, right? And then this is going to be your hike. This is the changes in your lean mass, body fat, and then your hike's going to be here.
Yeah.
So again, today 166.7, 30.4 which are from body fat, around 130 from lean, and then the bone mineral content took a little bit of a hit, dropped about 0.3 total pounds, but 4.5%. So we'll see how that plays out, as you continue to start to build muscle and get into your routine. So
cool.
That's about it.
All right, man, that's great. Hey, let me, so people that want to get, tell me a little bit about the company and everything and where they can find you and where they can get I know you got a couple locations now, so
Yeah, so we are sitting in the DC location, 760 N Street, Washington, DC. There is another location in Arlington, Virginia, in the Boston Quarter. And then there's another one in Bethesda. So if you're in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, you're able to visit either of those locations. We'll be able to get your Dexa scans done, which you just saw here, VO2 max testing, and then metabolic testing as well. So, that's what we'll do. We'll get all of your body data so you can track it, make changes, see how your body's being affected by certain diets or hikes or, any type of condition you would want to test for. And we'll be able to track it and pull some value out for you.
all right, man. Thank you so much.
Good seeing you,
Appreciate it.
man.
This has
Matt,
been
happy
great.
you made it.
All right.